Cultivating Africa, cultivating Africa's future fund. Agriculture is the economic backbone of the majority of countries in sub-Saharan Africa. The population relying on agriculture accounts for 48% of the entire African population and almost 70% in East Africa. Many of Africa's farmers are smallholder farmers who lack access to stable and profitable markets for their harvests, even though approximately 1/3 of what is produced gets lost during and after harvest. Women and children are the most affected, trapped in a vicious cycle of hunger, poor nutrition, ill health, and low productivity. Despite tremendous progress in agricultural production in the last 10 years, 1 in every 4 people in Africa is undernourished. Investing in smallholder food production and reduction of post-harvest loss is one of the most effective ways to reduce poverty and meet the food security needs of vulnerable populations in sub-Saharan Africa. Smallholdings account for about 80% of farms in the region and directly employ more than 175 million people. Feeding 1.5 billion people by 2030 is a daunting challenge that Africa intends to meet. The continent is home to the youngest population in the world, with 200 million people aged between 15 and 24 years. We believe the youth are part of the solution and can drive African agricultural transformation. In response to these great needs, Canada's International Development Research Centre, IDRC, and the Australian Centre for International Agriculture Research, ACIAR, launched the Cultivate Africa's Future Fund, CultiAF, in 2013. CultiAF is a $15 million Canadian fund to support innovative long-term solutions to improve food and nutrition security in selected countries in Eastern and Southern Africa. CultiAF focuses on 3 areas that are critical for transforming the agricultural sector. These are improving food security through applied research on post-harvest systems, nutrition, and sustainable water use, identifying innovations and mechanisms for scaling up and use of the most promising research results, and investing in women and youth. The program works in 5 countries in Eastern and Southern Africa, namely Kenya, Uganda, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Malawi. A report by the World Bank estimates that Africa loses $4 billion worth of grain through post-harvest loss every year, enough to feed 48 million people. The CultiAF program is supporting research to identify and test new and effective ways of reducing post-harvest losses while increasing returns to producers. In Malawi and Zambia, fish is an important source of protein. However, 4 out of every 10 fish caught are lost due to spoilage and contamination during open sun drying and smoking. Researchers are working with fish processors to test solar tent dryers and improved smoking kilns to reduce contamination and loss of fish. These improved methods save on firewood and reduce the amount of time women spend on fish processing. And while the fish handling is being sorted in Malawi and Zambia, in Zimbabwe, the focus is different. Reducing aflatoxins in maize. Researchers are investigating the effectiveness of airtight metal silos and thick plastic superbags to reduce contamination of maize, which can lead to exposure to humans, causing illness. Training of metal fabricators will ensure the metal silos can be widely available to farmers. The program is working with young people in Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Malawi to build their skills and enhance their participation in post-harvest management businesses in the fisheries and cereals subsectors. And way farther north from Zimbabwe is Kenya and Uganda, with a different story: poultry and fish. Poultry and fish industries are among the fastest growing agribusinesses in many sub-Saharan African countries. Here, over 60% of producers are women. However, poor availability and low quality of feed, combined with the high cost of soybeans and fish meal used as feed ingredients, are severely constraining growth in the sector. Researchers are working closely with the private sector to test insects as a substitute for soybeans and fish meal. The switch will help to reduce costs for small-scale producers, improve women's economic well-being, redirect food crops and fish meal currently used as livestock feed toward human consumption, and provide employment for young people. 60 young entrepreneurs have been trained on business plan development and entrepreneurship and have been provided mentorship to take advantage of the business opportunities that this presents. And still in Kenya and Uganda, beans, a traditional subsistence crop in East Africa, is a popular and affordable source of protein for low-income households. It is mainly grown and managed by women smallholder farmers, making it an important source of income for them. The consumption of beans is, however, constrained by several factors. It is slow cooking, uses a lot of time, energy and water, making it unaffordable for many households. Faster cooking and more readily available bean products can increase consumption, leading to healthier protein alternatives. Researchers have selected varieties suitable for pre-cooking that are high in protein and zinc content. These varieties have been provided to smallholder farmers who are growing them and supplying to a new factory in Kenya that is producing a pre-cooked bean product that cooks in 10 to 15 minutes and a ready-to-eat bean snack. By investing in a better bean variety research, CultiAF hopes to increase bean consumption, improve diets, reduce time spent on cooking, and create a more lucrative market, especially for women farmers. The program is investing in getting knowledge on these innovations to a wide range of stakeholders. All too often, agricultural research results are published in journals and discussed at conferences, but fail to influence policy or reach farmers' fields and consumers in a meaningful way. The Radio for Reaching Farmers with Research Results 4R project is using a variety of interactive radio strategies to ensure research reaches smallholder farmers and consumers. We believe that through these kinds of research and partnerships, we can transform African agriculture and better the lives of the more than 500 million people that depend on agriculture for their livelihoods.